and today I'm gonna be working on this mix I started yesterday for a house music project. Listen to it for a little bit in case that you weren't here yesterday. Okay, so the only change I did after I stopped the streaming is I pulled back 1 dB on the kick because on the headphones it sounded fine, but with the speakers it was way too loud. Another thing that I want to pull back is the snare because it feels way too punchy. It's kind of even louder than the kick when you hear on the speakers. So let's see. What's this one? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it back to -1. That should be fine. Okay, what I want to do now is the corrections that the client asked me to do. This is why it's always good to keep sending the advance that you do to your clients. That way you can make sure that you both are on the same page. And there are a lot of times where there's decisions that you might not agree with, but the client always has like this idea that how they want stuff that might not be the same as what you necessarily consider, oh, this is a good idea. But yeah, it's important to keep communication just to avoid a lot of corrections at the end of the mixing when everything is a little bit harder to fix because everything is so balanced and everything is so carefully considered that any minor change may end up throwing everything off balance. So yeah, better to catch up these things before you finish the mix. One of the things that he told me is that this sound, the empty rum bottle, he could barely hear it. So let's just pull it back 2 dBs up and let's see what happens. Okay, so I think right now it's as loud as it was before. So another thing that I like to do is I like to load the whatever version of the mix I did the day before, just to see what changes I make and make sure that whatever changes I do it for the best. So this should be Magic London. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's go back here and compare. I think I'm gonna give it just one extra dB. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, that sounds pretty good. And another thing that he asked me to fix was the effects. Same thing, that he said that he wasn't able to hear them pretty well. So I'm just gonna raise here on the bus. Maybe 3D. Let's try with 3 dBs. No, that's a little too much. Let's do 2.5. Okay, let's hear it now how it was before. Okay, I have a problem with this one. I like the beginning part, but after that it's like too loud. I'm gonna maybe pull back a little bit on the compression. Yeah, maybe pull it back to 2. Cause let me see how loud was it before. Oh, yeah, that's way too loud. Oh, god damn it. I like it how it sounds right now. This was the older one. Sounds good. Let me see what other corrections do we have to do. Okay, also higher on the bass. So let's add also a couple more dBs, but with the bass I need to be careful because this one, I think that we're already kind of louder than the hi-hats in the spectrum. Let's make sure that we don't go overboard with this. Okay, so the low end, I feel like it's already pretty good. What I'm gonna try is to add some stereo presence on the bass. Not sure if that's gonna work, but let's give it a try. So insert return track. Oh, I need to open this sends and returns. Ooh, okay, I have all the sends and returns for this other stuff. Let's add here stereo image. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna use the BrainWorks Stereo Maker. I'm gonna need a EQ as well, just to cut off like lower frequencies that shouldn't be a stereo. And in fact, I'm gonna first put the EQ and do a high pass filter around 150, but I'm gonna make this quite aggressive. Okay, and the BrainWorks should be adding around 65 or 60%, let's say. And now let's send the bass to this stereo image. Let's see what happens. And also I'm gonna add some sort of saturation there just to give it a little more loudness. Let's add the RC20. I really like the RC20. Has a little bit of everything. So let's turn off the noise, the wobble. Yeah, let's turn everything off. Okay, let's see how it sounds with everything. And this was how it sounded before. Okay, sounds pretty good actually. Notice how much space it has now. It's like on the older version it just goes straight to the center. Feels kind of drowned. Let's pull it back maybe like 1 dB. Okay, and what else do I want to do here? Maybe make it a little more stereo. Let me see how the stereo image is looking right now. So let's solo this. Yeah, this could use a little more widening. So let's go to the RC20. The RC20 has a widening option. Okay, that's starting to sound interesting. Yep, let's listen like that. Yeah, huge difference. Huge difference. Okay, maybe I'm gonna pull it back on the widening just a little bit. Okay, that should be good. And also, what else do I want a little bit of widening? Maybe I'm gonna start adding widening to some of the elements. So for example, for the hi-hats, where should I use? Let me see this one. Okay, this one I kind of wanted to stay in the center, so I'm gonna probably do to this one. Let's see. Yep, I like it. Let's see what else. I don't want to do too much stuff widening because everything is gonna end up feeling too kind of messy. Maybe the clap. Okay, that sounds interesting. Okay, pretty good. Now let's make sure that with all the widening that we're doing, we are not messing up the mono. Okay, the melody is like I said yesterday. The problem is that I received the stems already processed, so they already have some sort of widening going on, but it was widening with the wrong plugin that instead of adding only to the stereo, it's taking out from the mono and it's kind of like making it wider, like stretching it instead of adding just stuff to the stereo image. The one sound that I definitely try to make it work on mono is the ta 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 ta. Well, no, sorry, that's for the bass. Pa 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 pa. That kind of Rhodes sound, kind of stabby sound. Let me see. Maybe if I increase its stereo, I mean its mono loudness. Let's see what the stereo maker can do for us. So we have the mono frequency, stereo. No, but this is for mono. I don't think this is gonna increase the mono. Let me see. No, but this is taking away from the stereo image it already has. What can I do here? Let me see with the utility. I think the utility had something here. No. What I'm gonna have to do is just create another bus so I can send this one. This is gonna be a stereo image. Okay, and then this one is gonna be called mono. And for this one, I can just load a utility here. And I'm gonna make this mono. And I'm gonna send from the main here. Yeah, it's still not popping out enough. Let me see. And it's not just a matter of the volume. I think that, yeah, the whatever widener he used, it destroyed the mono image. Let me see, maybe increasing the volume. There it kind of at least rescues some of the volume. The problem is at the moment I turn off the the mono here, it's gonna sound way too loud. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave it like that. I cannot rescue that mono image anymore. I'm not sure what plugin he used, but yeah, probably is the kind of plugin that it's not really for stereo image. Okay, let's make sure here on this band that everything's good. Okay, that sound there, maybe we can make it louder. I think it was the vocal too. Okay, but to make this louder, I'm actually gonna use some saturation. Where is the sound design? I'm gonna use the capitator. Let's see how it sounds with this. Okay, yep, I like it. What else? Okay, so there's a huge dip here on these frequencies. Let me check the professional reference. Yeah. Now, yes, definitely I have to find a way to fill all this information here. First, I'm going to start working on the buses. So at this point, I feel like I've processed well enough and I've done the proper gain staging on each of the tracks. So I'm gonna start working with the effects. Let's see, the first thing I want to do is just add a glue compressor to every single track. Let's start with the hi-hats. Okay, so let's add the one that I've been using a lot. It's the Townhouse Bus Compressor from Plugin Alliance. It's a beautiful compressor because it's pretty much just drag it, tweak it a little bit and forget about it, and it sounds so amazing. I'm just gonna lower the threshold until I see the compressor acting a little bit. So without it. Notice how much presence this loses. it loses so much energy. So just with these few tweaks that we've done right now, notice the big difference between the version we started today and what we have right now. You see, it feels so teeny tiny in comparison, but that's why it's important to first reach a good balance just with volumes, and then you should start beefing everything up. And it falls in place so easily because you've already done the whole balancing work at the beginning. I'm gonna use this same compressor over here, and let's see how it sounds now. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something here to make this stand out a little bit more. I feel like it's getting a little bit too lost. Let's see. What can I do here? I guess that some saturation will work. Yeah, some saturation should do the job. So let's add let's go with the decapitator. What the hell? Okay, I think that works. Let's add the same bus compressor here. At the beginning. I'm gonna even do one for the effects. Why the hell not? Even though I have two elements, but let's do this. Okay, I'm starting to have CPU problems, so I'm gonna have to increase the buffer size here. And let's add the compressor also for the low bus. And I'm gonna add this one before anything. Okay, this span I think I can delete. And with the kick, I want to be really careful. I'm just gonna increase the attack to the maximum output and the release to auto, because I don't want the punch on the kick to be lost. And also minimum reaction here. Okay, starting to get a little bit louder on that area. There's still a lot that I can do to fill that space. Okay, so now since I did the bus compression on everything, and still sounds pretty good, I'm gonna start working on my sends and returns. So I have here 3 sends for different kinds of reverbs: one for room, one for plate, one for hall. I have for different delays, quarter and 8 notes, a saturation for parallel saturation, parallel compression, ad-libs. Well, I'm not gonna use ad-libs here. This is more for like the hip hop projects. And then my 2 stereo images. If I hear that something needs a little bit more mono presence, I think I'm gonna add it, but for now I'm good with that. So let's start with the room. The room, it's supposed to give the a sense of space to everything. So I'm not trying to have like long decays or anything. I just want to make everything sound as everything is coming from exactly the same room. And I'm gonna use my sense here. And see what happens. Let's see how it sounds with everything. I feel like this could be a little bit louder. Let's increase the loudness here. Or maybe send from everything just a little bit more. Wait, why is this like this? Okay. Mix pans and A. And I'm gonna increase here to 10. Oh, and before I forget, let's save this as a new version. So let's do number 3. And let's do the passes. Okay. Let's see how it's sounding now. Oh, that's a little bit too much. I'm gonna pull it to -15 to everything. -15. Let's see how that works. Okay, yeah, I like it how it's sounding right now. Focus a lot on the hi-hats. Listen just the hi-hats and see how much more groove everything has now that it's being glued by the reverb. So yeah, I'm gonna turn it off in a bit, but pay special attention to the hi-hats. It's like dragging. Now listen without it. I mean, that sound is still there, but it's not. Oh, correct. There you go. It's a little bit darker. Yeah, I think that's a good amount. I'm just gonna leave this on 0. Okay, now the plate is kind of more like to give body to the sound. So I'm not gonna use this with everything. I'm just gonna use it with some sounds that I feel like need a little more like presence dimension in the mix. Let's see. Let's choose. What do I want it to sound like that? I thought that we added a auto panning on this one. Apparently not. Yeah, I never added the auto panning. Definitely needs some of that. Wait, I'm just gonna use the one that I already had on this track here. Okay, that's way too fast. And also I don't need it to be too wide. Or maybe I need a little more whiteness. Okay, let's try there. Yeah, this one can definitely use a little more body to it. So let's send this one to B. And let's see how this sounds. Oh, I don't think I even have it on. Let's try with a little plate. This is from Sound Toys, but I haven't really used that much. But it sounds really low. That's more like it. Yeah, let's try it like that. Okay, this step here, these roads, that definitely needs more body. Now, this one doesn't need to be with the panning. Okay, let's send from B. Nice. Yeah, it changes so much. Listen how it's now taking over the mix a lot more. Before it was like really teeny tiny sound. Hello, Claudia. Pitash. And now hear how it sounds much, much wider, much more present. Okay, this is interesting. Notice how the overall loudness of our older project, it's kind of the same to what we have right now. Loudness wise, we haven't really changed that much. Check it out. We still have these peaks around here at minus 44. Now now it's going to minus 40, let's say 41. So yeah, it's like a change, like 3 dB change in loudness, but it feels so much louder than what we had before. Check it out. Let's compare it here. So this one is peaking at -7, let's call it. This is at -5. Yes, yeah, so there's like a 2 dB difference here, which, you know, it's in terms of dBs is not that much, but because how we've been processing the sounds with saturations and reverbs, it sounds so much bigger, and it sounds still very clean. That's the most important part. Now, let's see on the loudness meter. We are still at -19. -18. That's a very good. Okay, so a quick comparison to the other mix that my client already had before. Yeah, I'm liking this mix a lot. So let's see, we have reverbs. What else can we add? Some, oh, the vocal probably can use some of the plate reverb. It's the vocal one. Let's send like that. Yeah, I actually like it a lot with the very aggressive reverb on this one. This one I can pull back a little bit. Sounds very nice. Okay, and the whole, since it's a long reverb, I'm just gonna, same thing, use it on some elements that I felt were disappearing a little bit too fast. I already have a lot going on, so I don't want to fill my mix with more reverb. I feel like the reverb that we have going on right now, it's perfect, works perfectly fine. Now, the next step I'm gonna do is the parallel saturation, and for that, I'll probably do on the basses. So let's go to the Fs, and let me see which one is F. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna go halfway, -20 with everything, and see how that works. So the point of this saturation here is to have an aggressive effect that is gonna be affecting everything. It's gonna be creating like a new signal with this heavy effect, and it's gonna help with gluing everything together. So for saturation right now, I feel like I can go with the Saturn. And let's see, what can we do here? There's a preset here that's called Fat Parallel Processing. Let's see. This sounds interesting. I want to cut the ultra low frequencies just to... I can probably leave it up to there. Okay, that sounds interesting, but I'm gonna try another idea. So remember that we had this huge gap here with the span. Let me see what frequency. Well, the gap is not as huge anymore, but goes from 600 to... So from 600 to 2K, let's say. So I'm gonna try to saturate that part specifically a lot more and keep it a little bit chill on the rest of the song. So this section here, I want not warm tape, I want a tooth. Let's go with the warm tooth. And let's just solo this part here. Okay, that sounds nice. This one, let's add the tape. Let's see. Old tape. Okay, that sounds interesting. At this part, I'm not gonna do anything. So let me see which one I like better. So this is way like heavier on the high frequencies, but this one I think is gonna feel better the space that we, like huge dip we have on those areas. Quality. Okay, I feel like it's a little bit too much, but I like the mid presence that this is adding. So let's pull this back to maybe -2. Pull it back maybe a little bit more. Let's try with a little more saturation on the high end. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm just gonna take a quick 2-minute break to rest my ears. I feel like my ears are a little too tired right now. And this is actually really important to do, to take quick breaks every 40 minutes or so. Right now, because I'm streaming, I'm doing like longer sessions, let's say. But yeah, normally I try to like stand up and just take a quick break every 45 minutes or so. So in the meantime, let's start adding the stuff here on this compressor. That this is gonna be the parallel compression return or bus. So I have these two, but the Townhouse I've already used it a lot, so I'm gonna use the Acme. And this one adds like a really nice mid presence. So yeah, it's gonna do a really good job. Now let's go to the G's. And same thing, let's send it to -20. So the parallel compression also has the purpose of gluing everything together, but it works a little bit different than the saturation, because the saturation is gonna I don't know, add stuff, like for example what we added on the mid section or that little bit that we added on the high end. But with the compressor is more about having a really compressed signal that doesn't really have that much dynamics, and add that signal into the mix so everything feels more, let's say, stable dynamic wise. That's gonna help with the presence of everything as a whole. And yeah, as I said, it's also gonna help with gluing everything together. But yeah. Okay, I think that's good enough. I mean, it should be longer, but fuck it. Okay, since the bass line is still louder than the hi-hats, let's see on the professional reference how it works.
The way your body moves is what is my addiction. Music and dancing.
If anything, the hi-hats are picking louder than the low frequency. So I'm gonna add a EQ here, just to take care of those lower frequencies. Where is it? EQ. Now let's turn the compression off. So you see how everything went kind of to the background. And I just matched the loudness of our old mix to the one that we have today. Let's see the comparison. Actually, this is a little too loud. This damn auto panning here, it's pissing me off. Okay, let's see. It's the FX3. Yeah, I think it's this one here. Yeah, this one here. Okay, I'm gonna add EQ here. I just want some of the frequencies to stand out a little bit more. Let me see, what frequency do I want? That one there. Let's see if that helps. I'm gonna need to increase the volume on everything. Let's do 1 dB. Okay, something is going on here with the kick. I think it's kind of too low. Let's see at the beginning how this looks. No, it's normal for it to be lower on the beginning when it's just a kick. I can probably increase the kick just 1 dB. The 1 dB that I took yesterday. Okay, let's do it there. Yeah, I definitely need to do something on the mid frequencies here. It's the mix is starting to feel a little bit too dark, but okay. I'm done with the bus, with the send and returns or buses. So I'm gonna close that, and then I'm gonna focus on the buses, but these individual buses. So the first thing I want to do is here. Actually, let's start with the melodies. I'm gonna add an EQ that is gonna glue the sounds on this bus, as well as try to balance out my stereo spectrum. Okay, let's see. For this one, I'm gonna use the Elysia because it's really nice, and it's also from Plugin Alliance. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, and before I do anything, I'm just, as always, gonna save. So this area here around So let's go around 850. Let's see this one. Okay, and let's increase 2 dBs and see what happens. Let's go around 2.5 now. Let me see, 2.5K. Okay, and let's do this one. Same thing, like 2 dBs. And let's try around 3.5K as well. Oh, let's do 4K, what the hell. Yep, let's increase it. Yeah, I forgot that I wasn't mixing the everything. I was just mixing the different buses. So I'm just gonna pull this back here. This one I can leave it there. It's working. Let's add the same EQ over here. That sounds like a good area for the hi-hats as well. 2.4. It's giving a lot more body to the hi-hats. Listen without it. I like it. And on the very high end, just to give it a little more sparkle. Nice. Perfectly. Listen deal version. That works pretty good. Let's do the same thing on the percussions now. And same thing, let's see where can we feel some of this space. There's a huge tip on 400 there, so I'm gonna try to use that space. Let's see, 400, 400, 400. Let's go with this one. No, actually, you know what? Let's go with this one here. Yep, that works for that part. And let's see where else can we add some EQ here. Let's try at 1.5. Okay, there we go. I like it. I'm just gonna pull back a little bit on the volumes here. I feel like it doesn't need to be that loud. Okay, and just to give it a little more presence on the higher frequencies, just so it looks better with the hi-hats. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Last thing will be on the kicks, on the lows actually, and let's see what can we add here. Do I really need more low end? Let's see. I feel like that's good. Let's see where else can we add here. Maybe around there. Let's see on top what happens. Ooh, okay, that sounds interesting. Let's see. Yeah, it works. I feel like it's especially helping the bass to just punch through the mix a little bit better without necessarily being overbearing. Okay, so I'm done with the EQs, I'm done with the compressors, I'm done with the basses. What's next? Well, I think that there's really not much more else to do than adding like some details like automations or some of the delays that I had planned before. Because let me see. Maybe I can add like an extra compressor to everything just to. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna just add last EQ just to try to find some resonances that might not be working very well with everything. Honestly, everything sounds pretty good. I cannot hear anything. Let me see, maybe just put in the pointer over here. Let's see if we can find anything. Maybe this one. Let's don't hear anything else. Let's see. This one I actually kind of wanted to be louder than everything else. Looks fine to me. Honestly, I don't feel like... Maybe we can cut some of the lower frequencies. And maybe some of the very high frequencies. Okay. That feels a little bit more contained. Sounds nice. I'm gonna do the same for the hi-hats. Try to see if there's maybe any resonance that I can take care of. Oh, but I need to delete this. This one I don't... Maybe just cut everything on over 20k. And this one I actually want to drag it a little bit more. Yeah, that works. Now let's see if there's like resonances or something here. Everything seems to be working fine there. Let's do the same thing for the percussions. Well, like here, I'm gonna need this. Okay, I think I'm good with this. Now, the thing I wanted to do with the delays. So I'm gonna activate again the sends and returns, and let's play with the pop 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 para para para. That little sound there. I think it's this one. I feel like we could use a little more delay on that one. So let's try with the 8 notes, and let's do, where is it, vocal 2? It should be the E. Yeah, probably this is gonna need to be a little bit louder than that. So let's saturate this signal. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I think it works. Okay, and also something I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if the client is gonna like it, but we can give it a try. So on these parts where we have the breaks, I'm going to add a high pass filter just to cut the low frequencies for a bit, because if we have it sounding at all times, it's not gonna it's gonna become boring after a while. We need contrast. We need quieter parts, and we need the loud parts. So when the loud parts come in, then they're gonna sound very punchy and strong. And where the hell is my auto filter? Right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. And this one, I'm gonna set it up to, let's say, 150. And I'm gonna turn it on just on these sections here. Yeah, something like that works. So let's see, we were doing it. Let's start on 130. I feel like that was working well. Okay, so I'm gonna copy paste this same one on all the other breaks. And well, the breaks are easier to find like this, where there's no kick. Okay. Let's see how it works here. Oh, I need to copy the on and off as well. Oops. So let's see here and here. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, for this part, it feels a little bit like it loses too much, so I'm gonna have to add one of those maybe. Yeah, it works. And I'm gonna change the color just to make sure, in case that I'm gonna change the color in case that the client doesn't like it. Then I can recognize which parts were the ones that the client original sent and the ones that I added. But I like a crash as well here. Where's the crashes? Now, why does it look so weird, the crashes here? Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it the long way. Yep, let's try them. Uh, Something that I like how it's sounding, and I'm also gonna change the color on these ones. Gonna do like a brown. No, let's change it completely so it's much easier to find. Yep, that's better. Now, the other break was over here. There we go. Oh, and this one I also have to copy it over here. And here, maybe I'm gonna just cut the very last note. And where else am I having? Oh, here, hi-hats. Yes, I wanna delete this last note on all of this. Okay, yeah, I feel like that helps. If he doesn't like it, I just have to extend that back again. I'm not gonna do that in the next section, just in case he doesn't like it there. Yeah, I don't wanna be spending extra time. Now, let's see. So this will be the third break. There was another break around here, I think. And let's cut the clip here as well. Just this last clap. Ooh, I took out the wrong one. I took the wrong one. Where was it? Break, 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 break. That sounds good. Okay, now what else did I wanted to do here? I feel like I'm good. Let's complete with the crashes and let's go to the last break. Okay, here I need to change the automation on this thing. I just need to make it way longer. Yeah, like that. And then here by the end, we go back down. Maybe increase a little bit there. Okay, we're good with that. This one needs to change maybe a little bit. Let's try it right there. And actually, let's try it like that. Okay, I think that works. Now, at this point, I feel like I'm pretty much done with the mixing. Um, yeah, let's hear it from the beginning and see if there's any other parts that need some automations or anything like that. But I feel like I'm done with it. Oh, yeah, I remember what I wanted to do here. So I want to add like a rise just to during the breaks, just to make like the build up a little more oomph, like like it's actually building up, because before it was just like that. He took out the kick, but everything else felt really flat. But now I'm trying to build the energy so it explodes really nice. Oh, I need to connect my hard drive. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna add my own folder here. I've been working through my samples. Holy shit! I didn't realize just how many samples I hoarded in all these years. And even though I don't really download samples that much, but yeah, that's something that I finally decided to take care of and just have my own selected sample, so I know that every single sample in this folder is gonna be effective. So what I'm trying to look here is for defects and something like a razor. Let's try that one. Maybe a little bit too loud. No, I feel like the frequency is too low. Let's try with that one. It does help. And for this next part, when it explodes, I'm gonna add something different. Uh, you know what? I'm just gonna add like a reverse crash and call it a day. And where should this one be? Oh, right here. I'm gonna reverse this. Where is reverse, reverse, reverse? Oh, this one here. And this one is gonna need to be a little bit quieter, just to match it with the crash, and that way I can pull the volume up here. Okay, it works much better. So listen how it was sounding before. And it just went to the break. That works much better. So let's leave this to here. I'm going to copy paste. And let me see. Let's just name it last part. So I want this to be closer to this part. Okay, and I have that. Okay, and in this part, I feel like I could use a little extra volume just to make those crashes like really come true. So what I can do is, since I just need the crashes, let me see. What I can do here is just add a saturation, but just for this part here. I'm gonna use the decapitator. And let's see how this works. I actually want to do the punish. Like that, not too exaggerated. Let's reduce the output. Okay, let's see how this works. that works perfectly fine. So this is how it was before. And that one vocal also could be a little bit louder on this part. Let's just cut this clip here and make just this one louder. Let's see. I feel like the strings also could be a little bit louder on this part. I'm gonna give it 2 dBs there. Hey Hyperclan, how's it going? Thanks for joining. And Mallorca Mastering. Buenas, ¿hablas español? Sí, amigo, hablo español. Gracias por unirse al streaming. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just working on the final touches for this house music project I've been mixing between yesterday and today. I feel like at this point I'm all done. I've already worked on the little details, so let's hear it from the beginning and see how it's working. Sí, hablo español. I'm from Ecuador. Soy ecuatoriano. Oh, I was saying that I'm Ecuadorian. Well, I was born here, but I grew up in Ecuador. Hey Mayor, yes, I'm talking to a person watching the stream on YouTube because I'm streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Just to, try to have the most people watching the streams. So in 2 hours, we went from what you can hear right now to this version that was from yesterday. So you see how everything is so reduced, so much in the center. Oh, hey, Bebe. I didn't recognize you because you had a different name. Okay, so well, actually, let me hear it until the very, 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 very end. Oh, this is the break. Okay, this effects one can be a little bit louder on this part since we don't have the kick or and the bass also is much quieter. So same thing. I'm just gonna select it here, and just on this part on the clip itself, I'm gonna add like maybe 2 dBs gain, and let's see how it works now. Hey, Hyperclanny, aka Da Bebe. Thank you for joining my Twitch. Oh, wait, I increased on the wrong part. Yeah, it's on this break that I need to increase. Yeah, just let's increase 2 dBs. By the way, guys, if you have anything that you will be interested in watching, like for genres or just production or mixing, let me know in the comments in the chat, and I will try to do my best. I'm planning to do. I have like a 50 or plus list of songs that I would like to sample. So maybe I can share the list on my Discord and see if you guys recognize any of the songs, and maybe I can work on that one for the production streaming. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm about to finish the mix in. I just wanna finish listening to it, and then I'm gonna do like a production streaming just to show you how to use arpeggiation. So yeah, give me like a couple of minutes. That ending felt a little too long to my liking. Uh, yes, I have a compressor on the drums. I actually have a compressor on everything, but I'm doing really, really, really light compression on everything. So, for example, for the bass, I have tight chain compression that it's not really doing compression, but just like lowering the volume when the kick comes in. Then on the kick, I have this kick box that just helps giving more oomph to the kick. So listen just by itself. Oops. So if I turn it off, nothing too crazy, just like adds a little more like interesting stuff to the kick. And then on the low basses, I have this townhouse that is a bass compressor. Again, it's doing minimal compressor, but this is more to like glue all the sounds together. So if I turn it off, let me play during the part that also has a bass. So you see everything goes a little bit more to the background. And as you can see here on the gain reduction, it's maybe like 1-2 dBs. Same thing for the makeup. I'm not going crazy with that. And attack, a very long attack, just so it doesn't eat the initial transients. That is the punchy stuff. Let me see, what else did you ask me? On the drums, well, for the snares, I have kind of the same thing going on. Now on these other tracks, I have a compressor going on each track, but it's more to control the dynamics just a little bit. I'm talking about like -1-2 dBs of gain. So like if I mono this, I'm solo this. So yeah, I'm just trying to control the dynamics a little bit better, so I can hear more the whole body of the sound instead of just hearing like the loudest part, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I did pretty much the same for every single track, not only for the drums, for also for like the melodies and everything. And here on the percussion, again, I used the townhouse just a little bit. It's just to glue everything together. Yeah, and this one is almost unnoticeable, to be honest. Yeah, sure. Whatever recommendations that you can give me, much appreciated. Marcelo Garzón, hola amigo, ¿qué tal? Gracias por unirte a la transmisión. Justo estábamos terminando aquí de mixear un proyecto de house. And yep, that's pretty much what I've been processing. In case that you guys want to check the whole project from scratch, if you watch it on YouTube or on Twitch, you're gonna be able to catch the past streamings. Okay, so the ending was a little bit. I don't think I even heard like all the way to the very, very, very end. Yeah, that ending. I'm gonna have to talk to my client and convince him to let me edit the whole ending, because even for a DJ, like he comes back with every single element. When you are making a song for a DJ, you want to make the DJ's life easy and just simplify and strip down all the elements and maybe just leave like the kick and the hi-hats at the end. But instead he goes back and like kind of tries to build up the energy again, but doesn't really work. So yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him to let me work this last part out. But if he wants to leave it like that, that's up to him. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with this. How long have I been producing? I've been producing for like 10 years. Been doing this professionally for the last 4 years. Yeah, that I had my studio. I opened it on 2018. So it's actually gonna be almost 5 years now in January. And yeah, definitely it's a huge change in skills in these last 5 years, because now I have to be doing this all the time, and now my life depends on being good on this shit. So it's definitely a good improvement compared to doing it before that. I used to do it more as a hobby. Okay, so it says it's about a release on the compressors you're using. I would suggest to take 60 and divide by the tempo of the track and will be 8 notes. You could use that resulting MS value setup. I've heard about it, and I've heard that it does has really good results. Actually, Ed Talenti on one of his videos recommends something very similar. But man, I'm kind of dumb for this kind of stuff, so I really didn't understand. Even now that I'm reading from what you send me, I'm having trouble understanding. I mean, I will have to sit down and really tweak with it, and so I can see the result and everything. But right now, trying to apply this, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So thanks for the suggestion. I'm gonna look into it, but as far as this project is concerned, I think that at least for now, I'm gonna leave it like that. And yeah, start with you don't need a dedicated room or like a commercial space to build a studio. Even in your own room, as long as you have a corner where you can set up your stuff and just work in music without being interrupted, that's all you need to start. Once you start having clients, and that's if you need to record, and that's if you feel uncomfortable bringing strangers to your house, which pretty much everyone does, but even then you don't really need like a commercial space or anything. You just need the right equipment. Doesn't need to be ridiculously expensive equipment. I worked for the longest time with a $300 mic, which is still kind of expensive if you are not making money out of music. But in the grand scheme of things, $300 is kind of an entry level microphone. The tempo of this track is 125. Yes, I actually was planning to do a studio tour, and also I want to do a video. I kind of took some videos when I was building this studio, this new room where I am, and just on how to soundproof. Like I pretty much had to build a room inside a room, and then so I could soundproof inside the walls, because here is also a music school. A lot of kids running around like crazy all the time, so I need silence to be able to record. And yeah, it works really well. I mean, it doesn't soundproof 100%, but for something that I had to do it myself, it does the job. I've been able to work here for a year now that I've been here. So let me see. Try 480 for the release then, or 240 or 960. Okay, let's see. On what compressor? Let me see. The bass, the one that is doing the sidechain. Because let me see. This one says 41 milliseconds. So do I have to increase it to 480? But that's gonna make it way too slow, unless I'm doing the wrong compressor. Oh yeah, that's definitely taking way too much. I'm probably doing it wrong. Yeah, but which compressors are you talking about? The compressor, like the bus compressor, or the compressors that I was using on each individual track, or the sidechain compression that I'm using here for the bass? That one I'm not sure. Drums and bass, okay. So let's see here on the bus. Well, this one doesn't really have the option to do a release, like a set amount. It's just this fixed amount. So I guess 1.2. No, you have to be shorter. So the closest to 240 will be this one at 300. Let's see. Oh, I see what you mean. It feels now like more bouncy. I need to adjust the settings, but I can see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just imagining things, but I feel like when I have the shorter release, is more bouncy, the kick and the bass. Not sure if that's what it's supposed to happen. If that's the case. I see. Yeah, that's definitely something I need to sit down and just play around with it to be able to understand. Yeah, I'm the kind of person I understand better once I hear the difference rather than with the information, let's say. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna leave it like that because anyway, this is not the final mixing session. This is the final mix before the last tweakings because I have to send it to the client and see what he says, if he likes the changes I did and everything, and then yeah, just tweak it a little bit more. Maybe then like I will play around with these compression settings. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this project. I'm gonna bounce it. Well, actually, I'm gonna bounce it right now. So let's bounce it as MP3 because I don't know yet if this is gonna be the final mix. Okay, and now I can finally rest my ears for a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna start the production streaming in a bit just to show like the appreciation thingy. So it says, by the way, thank you so much for the suggestion though. I really wanna try it. It's just that right now I'm well, my ears are already fried. I've been 2 hours. I've been mixing 2 hours with headphones, so yeah, my ears are in shit right now. But yeah, definitely wanna give it a try to that. And let me see. I got my microphone and my mic arm, but my desk edges are curved, and that doesn't really help with a clamp. I mean each. Oh no, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a problem to try to put a clamp on a curved table. But there has to be some sort of clamp that is for that kind of tables. I don't know. By the way, if anyone is interested, well, you have already followed me on Discord, but I have a Discord channel, Discord server that where I'm trying to talk about music production, mixing, everything involved with music production. So links are gonna be on the description. Yeah, go follow me there and also follow me on social media. I have a YouTube channel. I have a Twitch, Instagram. Not sure which ones are the DT770s. Let me check really quick. I'm kind of curious because I'm also looking for headphones, especially for my house because my house I also have a computer where I try to just keep working, but I have really shitty. Oh, they are dynamic. Those are serious things. Okay, and actually the price is not bad. I thought that the Bayer Dynamic were at least like 500-600. The other day I found these headphones. I don't remember who recommended it, but let me see. It was a YouTuber, but it's pretty much yeah, it's way more expensive. But they are wireless, and from what I read, it doesn't work with Bluetooth, but with some other weird technology that is better than Bluetooth, according to them. And let's see, ultra low latency and lossless audio with W plus link technology. And also, you can replace like each one of the individual parts, so you don't need to buy new headphones whenever you need to repair them. And I cannot remember who was it, but it was someone that I follow and probably I trust with their opinions. That's why I even saved this. But yeah, wanna check this one out. Looks pretty interesting. So let me see. I'm a mastering engineer from Spain, mentored by Hi Celine, Escultura de Prodigy, Tears for Fears. I have a decent analog setup and great speakers. I'll give you a follow. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to learn anything from what I'm doing. You probably are way more experienced. But yeah, feel free to join. Why not? I'm looking to buy some more analog equipment. The only analog thing is just what is it? A preamp that I have on my other room that is a recording room. Other than that, yeah, pretty much everything on the box. I've been thinking about buying a compressor, an analog compressor. There's this one, DBX160, I think it's called. Let me see. Not sure. It's kind of a cheap compressor, but there's this guy, also a YouTuber, mastering engineer, that he recommended this one. There's also I want also to buy a saturator. Well, I don't think this one was it because this one looks different. It was a white one, but it was something like DBX 160 or something like that. Or maybe this is the one. I don't know. Oh, this is about the plugin. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. But it was like I think 300, 400 compressor, or maybe even less. Okay, so now that I finished exporting this, let's open a new project. And let's open my template for production. Let's see. Template for new beat. Oh, hell yes. But I'm gonna save it as a different version. Something I like to do here is write down the amount of hours I've been working on this, just to keep track of how much work I'm putting into a project. Because right now it's cool, like I don't have much projects going on, but when I do, I need to be working fast. Otherwise, I get overwhelmed with work. So let's go template for new beat and let's do the. God damn it, Ableton. Are you serious? Yes, I'm using Ableton Live. More than anything because it's what I learned when I started. I really wanted to do like live performances. It's something that I still want to do to this day. But yeah, Ableton was at the time the only DAW that had anything like allows you to play do like performances using clips. Now Logic has it too, but that's pretty recent. At this point, Ableton is what I know how to use, so I keep using it. Even though it has a lot of stuff that pisses me off, but it is what it is. I have to keep using it. I've been learning Logic though. Great though. Definitely, I will be. If someone asks me what should I learn with, I would recommend that one over Ableton. But Ableton has its good things as well, and Logic has its annoying things as well. Let me see. Gear advice. I will not go for a cheap analog gear. The most important part is the AD converter in any analog setup. To have analog gear without it makes little sense. I'll keep that in mind. So, okay, I'm just gonna open any melody here. I mean, any plugin that creates a melody, just to show you the the arpeggiation. Let me see, analog lab. By the way, the appreciation is something that comes by default on, well, the only ones that I've used is Ableton and Logic, but it's such a common function, let's say plugin, that even synths have them included. So I'm gonna show you first with the plugin and then inside the synth. Oh yeah, I wanna watch his FL Studio video. I wanna see what is his opinion on it. I tried to use it many years ago. I used it like for 10 minutes. I heard it how everything was so unnecessarily complicated, and I never tried it again. Okay, this is a really ugly sound, but doesn't matter. Right now I just want to show you the arpeggiation. So this one is gonna be actually under MIDI effects. And if I press a note, I'm holding the note, so it just keeps repeating. You can change the rate, that is kind of like the figure of the note. So this is doing whole notes. This is half notes. This is quarter notes. Wait. Let's try with eighth notes. You can do 16th, 32, and just keep changing. Okay, so that's one of the functions of the arpeggiation. It just keeps repeating a note on a set note. I mean, like a figure. Not sure how it's called, like the technical word, but basically like the rhythm of the note. And also you can do different kind of movements. So this one is just doing up. Now I'm gonna do, let's say, up and down. Well, for this actually I'm gonna have to play two notes. If I wanted to go like a different note, this is going to different octaves. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what the analog, I mean the arpeggiation does. If I press three notes, now it's doing chord arpeggiation. Okay, but let me now find a synth that will do arpeggiation. Beginner making beats has been good to me. I've learned a little bit MIDI keyboard. Yeah, I guess that if you're learning from scratch, then everything will be kind of difficult to use at first. Let's see. I have instruments, and then let's do. Okay, so this one is an arpeggiation plugin synth. Let's see, open ARP. It has a shit ton of things. I haven't really learned how to use this one. I used it once and created kind of a cool sound, but I don't remember what I have to do here. Yeah, actually, let me use something a little bit simpler because I don't know how to use that shit. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Minimoog. That one, I don't know how to use it. Okay, let's work with this one. So I'm just gonna reduce the cut frequency. I'm gonna reduce here the sustain decay. I wanna make it a really short. Okay, now let me see if this has an arpeggiation included. Yes, this one has. So same thing here. It has the steps, has how many octaves do you want to increase, and the kind of figure you want. And it it's not doing anything. Let me see why. Oh, I need to do the polyphonic. Huh, it's not doing anything for some reason. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it with the external arpeggiation. So yeah, this is pretty much what you can do with the arpeggiation. If you just play chords, it sounds pretty cool. And yep, I don't know if that explains kind of the idea of the arpeggiators. But yeah, look into FL Studio plugins. I'm pretty sure it has to have an arpeggiation. If not, then I'm pretty sure that you will be able to find a free arpeggiator because, as I said, it's such a common plugin. Shouldn't be too hard to get your hands on one of these. Let me see. Use BandLab. I think that BandLab is actually pretty interesting though, because well, it's accessible if you have only a phone or an iPad, um, and it's the fact that you can just put sounds together without having to have a computer and start practicing the basics of music production. That's already a huge thing. I don't know if there's any other apps for like iPad or the phone. I think there's a FL Studio for the iPad, but I think that's like $20 or something like that. But yeah, I like it that it's very simple and you can if you don't know anything about it, you can immediately be doing like songs just with very minimum knowledge of how to use the program. I wouldn't use it, of course, for doing something like more complex projects, but to get you started is perfectly fine. And the fact that also has the whole social media thing going on where you can share your beats inside the app with other producers and get new sounds very often. I think it's pretty cool actually, BandLab. Okay, so I think I'm gonna finish the streaming for now. I'm a little bit tired. I wanna rest my ears for a bit. Definitely need to figure out how to do the streaming while using my speakers instead of my headphones. But yep. Again, for those watching the stream on YouTube or on Twitch, be sure to follow my Discord if you need more information about something you're doing or you want feedback on any of your songs or tips or whatever information regarding music production. All the links are gonna be in the description. And well, I'll see you guys in the next one.